There was this really interesting comment someone left me that said TikTok was able to digitize the garage game dev lifestyle, inspiring and established developers sharing techniques and skills online, even people outside of the industry sharing their ideas directly. I think this is so true. I think this side of gaming has been a completely new thing that I was introduced to on TikTok, and learning from it as someone who has no idea how to code and is not a developer has been really, really interesting for me. And I also think it's really interesting how people use game dev as a vehicle to get people interested in your game. I think TikTok inherently has built this culture of being extremely personal and is like the complete opposite of the culture that Instagram had, which is why it's so popular. People really want to see those raw clips of you just talking to the camera. I think personal stories when it comes to explaining your small business or explaining why you made this piece of art do extremely well on TikTok for this reason. And I think that ties back into game development as well. I think one of the prime examples of this that immediately comes to my mind is a game called Loftia. The story behind this game is basically this couple decided to leave their full-time jobs to create this cozy MMO that's inspired by games like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. And I think for me personally, I immediately connected to that story because I think quitting your full-time job to pursue your dream of creating a cozy MMO sounds amazing. So when they launched their Kickstarter, I immediately backed it, and I'm so excited for that game to come out. Another game that comes to mind is this one called Sword of Symphony, and I think what makes this so intriguing is that the developer shares like the step-by-step creation and journey of developing this game. Like, we really see the bare bones of it and the behind the scenes very closely. So they will share things like what they developed recently, like this mechanic or this part of the game. Personally, I've never really seen content like this. I've always thought game dev has always been like a closed doors thing until the game releases. So being able to see just like a person share their process online on TikTok has been a really cool thing to see just as a consumer of video games.